Okay. Wait till some people join. Okay, we're gonna zoom in a bit here. All right. Start off. If there is somebody watching, I might not see. The phone is weird, and I don't always see if someone is watching or not. So you might have to comment, and then I'll know there are people here. YouTube tends to be inaccurate when it comes to displaying quantities of just about anything. Until I know there are people watching, once I know there are people watching, then I'll explain what I'm doing. Okay, we got one person. Alright, so this is the player stack of my 1966 Kohler and Campbell player piano, which is this piano right here. It fits in the bottom, and basically it's what plays the keys. It plays the keys from underneath, and a bunch of these notes don't work quite right, and it all has to do with this little pouch here that goes right here. You glue it down, and that's basically what turns the valve on and off. And then as it sits underneath the keyboard, it sucks this bellows shut, and that presses up on the bottom of the key and plays the note. And there are, if I remember, 85 on this one. Most have 88. But the big disadvantage here is that these are plastic, which I was kind of horrified to find out. It's not the most durable material in the world. Yeah, but these pouches and all these and all the ones here that have tape on them, they have leaky pouches as far as I know, and they're stuck in the playing position when you apply vacuum, which is not good. Because then you have a bunch of notes that are playing when they shouldn't, and that doesn't really turn out very good musically. So I'm taking this bellow cloth, which is perfectly airtight, or at least really, really close to that. Oh my gosh. I'm cold. My hands aren't. I'm out in the garage right now, and my hands are freezing. But I have to work on this sometime, and I figured, hey, well, actually, someone did tell me they were interested in seeing this, so I figured I'd do a stream about this. So a lot of rebuilders who may or may not be watching are going to cringe when they see this. Yes, this is white glue. But all these parts are plastic. What else am I going to use? Now I will say I actually do use that on other things as well. Even wooden stuff. Not to like bond the wood to wood. I use hide glue for that. When you're covering the bellows, I use white glue. That's just what I've been taught to do, and it's what I have available. We don't have any at the shop where I work. We don't have any light rubber cotton cloth, and hide glue will not stick to this cloth because it's nylon based instead of cotton based. So you have to use the white glue for it. Oh yeah, these are my work jeans, and I build up armor by wiping glue on them. So no, this. So now, oh, we got 2 people now. Okay, so now we got our glue, and it's on there. I have to set it down. I can't hold it in front of the camera while I'm doing this. So we got our bellow cloth pouch, and you set it down onto the glue. And you want to make sure it is touching everywhere, otherwise it'll leak, which is what we're trying to fix with these. And one thing I found that works pretty well, you can press it down with the piece that goes on top of it. And you want to make sure it has a bit of a dish in it so that it can move when it's inflated by the air going through the tracker bar from the roll of music paper roll. So we're going to set that on top of there. And now we let it dry. Now I got to do that with all these and all the other ones that are there. And this has got to go there. I think I lost a part or two, like a little screw. I have replacements for them. I didn't do a good job trimming this one, so we're going to do that. All these bellows have been completely recovered, and they all got new pouches, which took me about 100 hours of work. Too much. This piano, it's getting a player rebuild, but I'm not rebuilding the actual piano. Although the bass bridge needs some work, which I'm not very pleased about. We might do some. We might do a kind of a patch up on that. It should tune up. The pin block is fine. The piano's only about 60 years old. And you might say, oh, that's really old. Well, the piano I got right here is 120, and it needs everything: hammers, strings, action parts. And the only reason I'm restoring it is because it's one of 4 that are like it. And well, I like these early instruments. It only plays 65 notes instead of 88, or in this case 85. I think the bottom 3 notes are left out of the scale on this one. So, get our pouch. We got our pouch cloth right here. And then, these feeble old hands. I gotta clean off a little bit of the excess glue from before. We're working on getting heating up here, but just haven't had time recently. I've been really busy with stuff. Let's see. Anyone else yet? 3 people and a light. Nice. It gives me the idea that you're enjoying it. Not much going on. I might play a song or 2 on one of these pianos I got here. Oh, also, I guess you could call this a first premiere. I got this thing. It's an Aeolian Orchestrelle V. It's a player reed organ. See, it's organ console, spool box, and it plays 58 note rolls. Which I only have 7 of those right now. Then you look over here, and I got like a bunch of Anglius 58 note rolls, which unfortunately don't work on this. But I'm working on getting more of those. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess up here. I'm not allowed to get into that or that until this one is done. Personal set limit, I guess you could say. Because I don't want to get into too many things at once and then have a bunch of stuff that's half done. I don't have an X-Acto knife. I do have razor blades, but I'm not holding those by hand, especially with my hands this cold. Would not end well. Alright, that should be good. Yep. To the other two people who just joined, this is white glue, but all the parts are plastic, unfortunately, so we got to go with it. I do use it to recover even with the wooden striker pneumatics, because I don't have any rubberized cotton cloth for striker pneumatics. Even if I did get some, I've heard about quality issues with it. One time I heard that just after 7 years there was already rubber starting to fall off of it. This cloth will last a good 40 or 50 years before it needs replaced. And by that point, this plastic is probably going to be done anyway. I don't know how plastic, I'm sure, doesn't age well. I couldn't imagine it ever doing so. You know, make sure there's a bit of a dish in there so it can move. Again, other people were replacing these pouches because they were leaking. And once it's on, this little pad is what pushes up on the valve. The valves are in these little things, which I've cleaned them, and I mean it's just a little rubber thing in there with plastic valves. It's great. Okay. Next. Some of these I must have. I mean, there were a lot of late nights I spent covering these, so I probably messed up a few times, like not trimming things properly, or maybe in some cases I didn't even glue one side of the pouch down. That's probably why it was leaking. But I just wanted this thing to go and get it over with, because I want to sell this one, or at least find it a good home, I guess. Because I do not want it to go to the dump. I'm not a hoarder, but sometimes things don't work out, and you just have to get rid of it. It's sad, but just the way it goes sometimes. I shouldn't have much of a problem with any of this stuff. That one, I don't think even has striker pneumatics. That one, the valve just opens up vacuum to the reeds, and then the reeds play. It's not like a player piano with all these small bellows. It has some large pumping bellows which supply vacuum to the system, and when I say large, I mean big. Like each one is probably 3 or 4 times larger than a player piano's. Oh, I can see how this one went. This one is troubles. No wonder this one was leaking. See, they kind of like to curl up with the. Why doesn't it focus? Man. See, a lot of the time they try to curl up along the edge. This is probably the first live stream on YouTube about rebuilding a player piano. Simplex piano player, my push-up. The stack is almost done. I will make a video on that soon. I've just been taking pictures along the way. All the striker pneumatics are recovered, all the notes work, and I've hooked up all the little fingers to the bellows. It sits in front of the keyboard and plays the piano keys. So those little fingers are all hooked up to the bellows, which in this, it's another version of these. They're just a lot bigger, and there's only 65 of them instead of 85. And the spool box has been refurbished, taken apart, cleaned, everything. instead of refinishing, I think I'm just going to go with cotton cleanser. Just go over it, make it a little nicer. Tomorrow, I'm going to the piano shop, and I'm going to do a live stream in there, showing, and I'm going to be working on the Simplex piano player, which tomorrow is going to be retubing the spool box and tracker bar to the stack, which is what plays all the notes. I resealed the tracker bar with, what's it called? Oh, what is it called? It's shellac, that's it, shellac. You flood them all with shellac, put tape over one end, turn it around, make sure you get it everywhere inside the holes, and then you blow out the excess with an air compressor. And that tightened them up pretty well, because the tracker bar is made of wood, and after 120 years the wood's become quite porous, and with the tracker bar, with all those holes that are so close to each other, you really can't have one bleeding air into the other, because when it should be playing one note, it would end up playing two or even three, which would not sound very good musically. So each one of these has two little screws that go on the back, which screw in over this plate here, and then you glue the backs to them. We gotta get heat in here, man. Again, then I'm gonna have to test all these to make sure they're airtight, so that they can contract and snap shut properly. Fingers don't want to. My fingers don't want to do much of anything. It's just leaking by my finger. I got it. So if I cut that in half, no, I'm just gonna put it on. It won't work if I cut it in half. Once I get this piano going, when I do rebuilding, I can play rolls on this thing, and we can listen to music while the rebuilding is going on, like listen to the piano rolls. Just make it much more entertaining, I guess. Oh boy. See, it always wants to curl up. Get down there. There we go. I'm going to put it backwards so that this end doesn't try to curl up. Well, I mean, it is trying, but keep it from curling. Put the screws and the little pad over here. I don't know how fast this glue dries when it's this cold. It's probably 20 or 30 degrees in here. It's ridiculous. Oh, that works. Excuse my voice crack. Ugh. Okay. No, you see, it's there. Doesn't seem to want to go very far. some point. Oh, Lord, it's so cold. I just thought somebody would enjoy watching me suffer out here. Where's this one go? No, this one goes here. Oh boy, the joys of monotonous work. We're just gonna say that those parts went there. They're interchangeable. It's not a huge deal. Yeah, I put them inside there because I removed the pouches a while ago. A good deal of these. Chances are we're not going to get through all of these tonight. I can only do so much of this. And then I can't multitask. I can't talk. Well, I can, but like I can't talk and do this at the same time. So that truck is loud. Massive old cooler. So the piano itself, pneumatically, everything that's in there has been completely rebuilt. I can't say the same for the electronics. So this piano is electric. It's got an electric motor or an electric suction pump to provide suction of this, which it might pull 20 at most. It's probably a cheap one. 20 inches of vacuum. Not this. Did I do that? I probably did that. I gotta fix the end of this one now. I've already put about 100 hours of work into this thing, and I'd like to get it going, but if it doesn't end up working, well, at the very least, I learned not to rebuild another one of these, or attempt to do so. Last time I tried to use this, I got all the electronic parts working on that piano, but last time I tried to test it, I got an electric shock through the knob that turns it on, which is not a good thing. I was told that it probably wasn't grounded, but I haven't touched it since. But as far as I know, all the rewind and automatic shut-off stuff works. All I really had to do was adjust some like spring-loaded electric contacts. It doesn't have like a motherboard or anything. It's like a somewhat complicated combination of electric circuits. It's not terribly complicated. It just took a while to figure out how it worked and what needed to be fixed. I had to make quite a few adjustments with it, but it should work now. Set that on there. Oh, more screws. Wonderful. And I don't see as many cardboard pads as I should. So that means I might have to make more out of an egg carton or something. Which I think I did already to one or two of these things. If this thing were Aeolian, that might have been better. But then again, they use these this awful foam as the valve material. And after 60 or 70 years, even 40 years, the stuff leaked really bad and it was disintegrating. And then you have to make completely new valve seats and everything. Well, no, not, I'm sorry, not valve seats. Well, only the other technicians watching will understand. It's like the valve pieces. You need to replace them with leather instead. I think the guy on Duard, Oregon, his YouTube channel, he did that once, and it turned out pretty nice apparently. But yeah, I'm not gonna rebuild another one of these after this. This is just horrifically poor. This is horrifically poor design as far as using plastic goes. Ugh. I got this thing for free, or else it was gonna go to the dump, and I thought I'd give it a shot. So here we are. Another light. Okay, so all these ones that I've had out have new pouches. Now, while we're waiting for those to dry, we have even more fun. So, all the ones you see here that have blue tape on them means that the pouch or something is wrong with them. They are not working right. So we're gonna have to I'm gonna take them out a few at a time, and I'm gonna test them and see what's going on. Hopefully, some of them are just weird, but they're probably not gonna be just weird, because I tested all these to make sure they work before they went in, and then they didn't work once they were in. So, I mean, they're kind of unpredictable, I guess, but about a third of them didn't work. So, you gotta take a screwdriver to it. As Nate Otto would say, screw it to it, I think. Okay, one on the bottom. You go over, is the second on the bottom? Yeah, second on the bottom. Okay. Take out the screws that are on the back of it. Oh, I'm turning them the wrong way. I haven't. Whatever. It's really cold. Everything's really tight. And then we gotta take off the little hose section here. And then we gotta pray that it doesn't snap off as soon as I attempt to remove it. Ideally it'll... Oh boy. That wasn't good. Oh my goodness. Well, it broke. Something broke. Oh, that's not that bad, actually. Not ideal, but not horrifically awful. No, something else probably broke, but I'll get to it later. Jeez. This glue like basically turns into rubber. Ugh. What do I got? I gotta get something else then. We're gonna go with this flathead screwdriver. Wait, can you guys even see what I'm doing? Making sure you can. You can. It's already been a half hour? Wow. Oh, like 10 minutes. Is this one? You take the flathead screwdriver and you break it. Oh, the frustration of these things. gotta move it off slowly, I guess. It's never been this difficult coming off before. But here we are. Oh boy. I think it's slowly pulling off. Come on. I never want to rebuild another of these again, ever. Horrifically poorly designed. Just about every way in terms of player building. It looks like recycled plastic too, because they're all like random colors. Some are black, some are red, some are yellow. A bunch of them are like a mixture of the two. But breaking again. I might have to wait till warmer weather to get until I get heating before it, oh, here it comes. Are there any actually broken parts? Let's find out. Probably. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This thing in there, the top part of the bellow broke. Maybe that one was just weird. I'm probably gonna have to completely recover it now because it's all screwed up. You know what? If they don't end up, if there's some that don't end up working, I'll probably just have to leave them out and put another one from the ends in its place, and then it just won't have that top or low note. Hate to do that, but you know, I gotta pull this off. Pull this. Oh my good. How's the cloth tearing? Is it? The cloth should not be tearing. It should just come off. It should just all come off in one piece. And it's not. The best part about rebuilding is that, well, all right, so there's nothing wrong with talking to yourself, but you got a problem when you start arguing with yourself. A friend told me that. Oh, 5 people, new record. This is not nearly as popular as any of my other streams. For good reason. Oh, goodness. Come on. Alright, now we can see the damage that has been done to this bellow. And that I have to fix. Beautiful. I probably have to go look for hot stuff glue now. See this. In case you haven't noticed. No, this has got to come apart too. Yeah, this has got to come apart too. You know, I'm just going to have to wait till warmer weather. I might have to bring it down into the house and work on it down there. You can see that is supposed to be attached to this, but it isn't. Hence the problem. Oh, it's hinge bound too. Glue got down in there. Alright, well at the very least, I'd like to get this apart. Well, hold on a second. Yep, that pouch is leaking. That's why. And you just suck on that, I guess. That's how you. And then the pouch that goes to a small like an area. Like it's just like if the pouch is cut off from everything else. Like it doesn't have a bleed or anything. So if air is getting in through there, you got a problem. Ugh. Jeez. pull it apart. Wonderful. Everything just falls apart. Thank you, Paul. Boy. This pouch is just, it's just so cold, and stuff just doesn't, it usually just peels right off. Wow. Oh my, how did I manage that? Oh, no wonder it's stuck in the playing position. I somehow managed to dump glue in there. Look at that, it's covered in it. It should not be like that. You can even see where the valve piece was stuck in the glue. That's a bad job on my end. I hope the rest aren't like that. I hope those aren't like that. Oh, I'm amazed at just how tough that is. You know, perhaps what I could do, I could bring this down to the house tomorrow, and I could do another stream where I work on it down there. So, and it's warm down there. We got a wood stove. Keep it all good. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, look, even the, it was such a bad job. Even the cardboard pad was stuck to the top of the valve seat. That's horrible. Bad. Man, my thumbs are falling. I really feel like you're gonna fall off any second. Yeah, and that's look at that. That's full of glue too. All that whole area there. That's really bad. And the stuff is hard as a rock. It's like I mean, I don't do much with molasses, but what? It's like pitch, almost like pitch on a hot summer day, which it's still really viscous and tough. But I could probably sand that off, and it would do okay. Well, yeah, it's just too cold. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I can do this. I'll probably do this again tomorrow. You know, yeah, I can do this again tomorrow, but since I have everything for a live stream set up, I think I'll go down back to the house and I can do a player piano live stream, and I'll play some rolls for you guys. So until I clean all this up and get that set up and going, goodbye. Thank you for suffering for 40 minutes with me. Hopefully I'll get to see you in the next one, if it happens. No guarantees. All right, thank you. Bye.